The 1963 Walk to Freedom, which it was termed at that time by Reverend Dr. C.L. Franklin, changed my life because it moved me as a 12-year-old to understanding social justice. I felt buoyed by the excitement and the urgency of the moment.
When I was 19 years old and I was driving down 8 Mile Road, and I happened to see a picket line. People were picketing a place called the Crystal Pool, a whites-only pool. So I joined the picket line, and that was my first specific contact with civil rights activity.
They said that we should have equal access to course offerings. So it established the Black Parents for Quality Education, which I led. We were a group of parents that weren't taking no for an answer when it came to our children.
Milton Henry, who they later called Brother Gaidi, and Richard Henry, who was Brother Imari, wanted to form this Republic of New Africa.
The decline of the city and the exit of the city by our white citizens were taking place on an unbelievable basis. There is no city in the United States that lost 2/3 of its population like the city of Detroit.
The entire courtroom was nothing but police. You can imagine being young as those guys were 17 years old, and you walk in and the whole section is nothing but police. And when Lion and I came in, the police gave us the signal, meaning they were going to kill us.
These are some of the early developments of a UAW Local 600, which people such as Malcolm X, Robert Williams, but Dave Moore, the later General Baker, and early developers of that more militant-leaning local. So it's that tradition of human rights struggle, I think, is really at the core.
Back in the 60s, when the city administration decided to do urban renewal, that meant tearing down all of the slum areas that made up Paradise Valley.
The freeway expansion in Detroit came right through the heart of the Black community, the right heart of Black business.
Well, I think what positively came out is a sense of power. The community had a sense of seeing, people stand up to the police. I mean, the police in Detroit, were like a terrorist organization at the time.
We beat on the floor with our shoes. We made so much noise they could not have a meeting, and everybody was on our side.
Detroit was just a rich hotbed, if you will, of radical thought, radical activity, and radical organizing throughout the 1960s.
We were a people who understood the value of a Shrine of the Black Madonna, a Nation of Islam, a League of Revolutionary Warriors. Even if you weren't a part of it, they understood it. Detroit was different, singular, and unique in the history of the Black Revolution in this country.